Hello and welcome to another episode of Rufus Eats Cheese. I'm going to be making what could be the ultimate macaroni cheese. We have here today a couple of quite different cheeses. We have some Barber's Vintage Reserve Cheddar. It's been aged for 2 years. They've made this in Somerset since 1833. It's a pretty fantastic cheddar. Here we have something from a little further afield. You can probably tell from the look of it. It's Swiss, it's Kaltbach, and that is also a fabulous cheese. Okay, the first thing we need to do is quickly try these cheeses. I won't waffle on too much about them because I think we can see they're going to be pretty good. So I've got a little bit of the cheddar here. I'm just going to try a little slice off there. One thing to really look for with cheddar is that you get this nice crumbly break here. It's just to do with the way that the cheddar is made, really. Oh, fabulous nose to it. So it's nice and creamy. Nice and salty as well. Let's give it a try. Slight crunch to it, little crystalline action going on there. The flavour's really intense, but it's also quite sweet. It's got a lot of character to it. It's not purely a strong cheese. Yeah, fantastic flavour. That is going to be really good. I have another little piece just in case. Oh. That is so good. That is a lovely, lovely cheddar. Everyone obviously claims that their cheddar is the best. I'd be very sad if they didn't claim that. It shows that what they are making, they're really putting some passion into. So that's pretty damn fine cheddar, that one. Moving on, our continental visitor here. I'm going to try a little piece across here, I think. Okay, so it's a little softer than a Gruyere, perhaps. Perhaps a little softer. Really quite soft when I cut it then. Let's give this a little try. I'm going to whip the very edge off because that's actually a label. I don't think I can eat that bit. Okay. Lovely nose to it. It sounds weird. There are some cheeses where you can almost smell the farm. It sounds really strange, but this is one, I think. Wow. That is surprisingly strong. It has quite a mild nose and it's quite soft, but loads of acidity and that rich flavour you get with the continental alpine cheeses, but everything kind of turned up to, well, maybe not 11 but 9.5 certainly. That will go very nicely with that, I think. Right, I think we should get some grated. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch all this. Let's fast forward. Right, okay, we've got everything here. Normally, recipes for this sort of quantity would want a little more cheese. Now, I'm not usually the voice of reason when it comes to quantities of cheese, but this is a very strong cheddar and a really quite pokey Kaltbach, so I've gone with 200 grams. We've got 350 grams of macaroni. Still needs cooking. We've got 500 ml of milk. Good quality milk. The thing is, with all these things, if you can get the best ingredient of each kind all together, it kind of adds up. So we've got some butter. We only need a little bit. We've got 3 tablespoons of flour, plain flour. We've got a little mustard, and we've got a little clove of garlic here, which we're going to add. I like garlic. It's only going to be a tiny, tiny hint of garlic in all of this. If you don't like garlic, just leave it out. Right, okay, let's get cooking. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to boil the macaroni here. That's that cooked. Right, we're ready to do our cheese sauce. Now, all good cheese sauces, you can open a packet or open a jar or do something horrible. All proper cheese sauces start with a bechamel sauce, which is basically a white sauce. It's very simple. It's just milk, butter, and flour. We're going to add a little bit of garlic, and we're going to add a little bit of mustard as well to give it a bit of zing, and maybe a little bit of black pepper, but not too much. Right, let's go and take a look. Okay, we've just got some butter in here melting. Should be a teaspoon, but meh, I like a little more than that. I'm doing this very gently because these French pans are very, very heavy. So if it starts to get too hot, you can turn off the gas and it'll carry on getting hot for ages. So I'm trying to melt the butter nice and gently. And I'm going to add the flour a little bit at a time. I'll put a little bit in. This makes a roux. A bit more flour, a bit more butter. So yeah, we've got 500 ml of milk. We're going to add it a little at a time. So we're going to put a little bit in. And then we're going to mix it. Now what should happen is our working of the butter and the flour into the roux should mean that in a moment we end up with a smooth sauce instead of a lumpy one. Okay, so now we have our lovely smooth sauce. We can add our cheese. If you did need to thicken the sauce from here, what you can do is you can blend a little bit of flour and butter separately into a little ball, and then you can add it a little bit at a time, and then cook out the floury taste. Just before we put the cheese in, we were going to add our little friends here. We've got some pepper, not too much. We have a teaspoon of mustard. Now if you can't get powdered mustard, this is really good stuff, but if you can't get it, not to worry too much, because you can just take a mustard that you'd like and add that instead. So here's our little clove of garlic. All I'm going to do is give it a good squash. Ooh. And pop it in like that, and then it'll be quite easy to fish out afterwards. Good, sauce is looking hot. Let's get a bit of cheese in here. Again, this is just on a very low heat. It's the smallest burner on the hob. Okay, so we have our finished sauce, which is smelling fantastic. Just going to give it a quick taste. Oh, it's gorgeous. That garlic just adds a nice little hint. I can still taste both cheeses. That's really good. That's going to be lovely. Right, I think we get it on there. Just going to give this a little move around just to make sure we don't have any little cheeseless pockets in there. That would be horrendous. That would be a terrible thing for some poor little bits of macaroni to be without somewhere to live. Deary me. Bang on. Right. I have seen recipes with breadcrumbs on the top. Personally, I just don't think it needs it. Macaroni has got to be one of the highest carb, stodgiest foods you could possibly get. And the one thing I think it's not missing is something like bread or potatoes. So I think we'll have it as it is. But what I might do is put a little more cheese on the top just to melt in and get a bit of colour, hopefully. So we're just going to put another few bits on the top of here. I was considering putting a bit more Kaltbach on there as well, but I just don't think it needs it. Having tried the sauce, oh yeah, so it's supposed to go on there, isn't it? Having tried the sauce, I think that it just needs a bit more cheddar on the top. The Kaltbach is lovely, but I just don't think it needs it. Okay, we're almost done. I tried the sauce. The sauce is fabulous. We just need to pop it in the oven for a little while. Let's go and check it out. Okay, so here is our lovely macaroni ready to go in. looks pretty good. Okay, here we go. 20 minutes later, the macaroni cheese is done. I'm really glad we put that cheese on the top. I think it's going to be really nice. It really doesn't need breadcrumbs, in my humble opinion. Let's give it a try. It's just come out. Wow, that's hot. Take this one as well, I think. I love the sound. The sound you only get with macaroni cheese. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh, it's lovely. The cheese on the top has gone super crispy. It's really tasty. It's got that kind of pizza thing going on. Creamy sauce inside, the two cheeses, that's working a treat. That works really well. Super. This would be great. For me, this needs to go with something. Some people could just eat a plate of macaroni cheese. For me, on its own, it's a bit lacking. And it's not the cheese, it's the macaroni, the pasta. Pasta's a bit bland. It's a carrier for sauces, but for me, it needs something with it. On its own, it's kind of an accompaniment. It's an also-ran. I know a lot of people are absolutely mad about their macaroni cheese. For them, it's an ultimate comfort food. For me, it's tasty, but it needs to be with something. Personally, I think a steak would go really nicely with it, but it's entirely down to you. It certainly is delicious. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and hit that red subscribe button down there. And please, if you enjoyed it, if your macaroni or mac and cheese recipe is better than this, drop me a note in the comments down below. I'm going to check it out. In the meantime, enjoy eating cheese, and I'll see you soon.